Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are decoding something that is honestly the ultimate key to the universe, the incredibly profound concept of yin and yang. Now, we usually tend to think of the universe as this distant, super abstract thing, right? But today, we're going to completely unpack its structure. We're going to show you exactly how these massive cosmic laws are directly hardwired into your daily life.
There's this absolutely beautiful thought carved onto the philosopher Immanuel Kant's tombstone. It says, "The starry heavens above me and the moral law within me." As humans, we all have this instinctive feeling of awe when we look up at the night sky. But because it's just so impossibly vast, we often just throw our hands up and give up on ever truly understanding it. But is grasping the mechanics of the universe really an impossible task?
Actually, not at all. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the universe's key, then explore space through heaven and earth, time through the sun and moon, completion through human and spirit, and finally, we'll look at the universe inside you. All right, let's jump straight into part one, the universe's key, which is really the root of all things. Okay, so the absolute foundational baseline of the entire cosmos is a principle called taijik. And from this single, unified root, it splits. It generates two opposing, yet perfectly complementary forces that we all know as yin and yang. Literally everything in existence is made up of this yin and yang dynamic. Now, if we want to understand this without overcomplicating things, and we definitely do, look no further than fire and water. Fire is the ultimate representative of yang energy, right? It naturally wants to rise upward. Water, on the flip side, is the ultimate representative of yin, and it naturally flows downward. This simple dynamic is the actual starting point for the physical laws that move the entire cosmos. So to actually navigate the universe without getting totally lost, we just need to look at three massive, distinct types of yin and yang. This is absolutely crucial to our journey today. First, we have heaven and earth, which handles space and the creation of life. Second, we have the sun and moon, which drive time and growth. And third, we have human and spirit, which take on the role of completing it all. Let's break down the differences between these three. Moving right along to part two, space, defined by heaven and earth. Think of heaven as acting like this massive yang energy, and earth acting as a massive yin. Together, they form the ultimate spatial pair. Now, crucially, they are governed by a very strict rule called the law of opposition. It's just like how you can't have up without down or front without back. Because heaven exists as yang, Earth simply must exist as its vital grounding counterpart. And when heaven and earth perfectly harmonize, boom, immense space is created. An entirely new life actually springs into existence. Ancient Eastern texts like the Huyok spent a lot of time deeply exploring this exact birth of cosmic space and this fundamental law of pairing. Okay, on to part three, time, driven by the sun and moon. Here is the catch, though. A grand, immense space is honestly just an empty shell if it's standing completely still. While heaven and earth provide the fixed stage for creation, the sun and moon step in to provide time. Governed by the law of circulation, they continuously loop day and night, generating the vital energy of the changing seasons. The life that was born from space desperately needs this time and energy to actually grow. Which brings us to part four, completion achieved through human and spirit. So we have space and we have time, but to prevent the whole universe from just running blindly on autopilot, someone actually needs to manage it. Humans, who possess physical bodies and are visible, but maybe a little slow sometimes, act as the yang. Spirits, who completely lack a physical form and are invisible, but highly decisive, act as the yin. Isn't that a fascinating way to look at it? The universe only reaches true completion when humans and spirits harmonize together to manage all of creation. So these three distinct dimensions of yin-yang are essentially the perfect key to deciphering the cosmos. But I know, does this just sound like some abstract, high-level theory? Let's ask a much more practical question. How on earth do we actually practice this massive cosmic harmony of space, time, and spirit right inside our own physical bodies? Let's zoom all the way in for part five, the universe inside your body. Think about Western anatomy for a second. It usually looks at the body straight on, from the front, mostly focusing on isolated, inactive organs. But Heo Jun's famous Eastern anatomical concept, found in the Donggi Bogam, is entirely different. Do you know why it purposely depicts the body from a side profile? It's because it's showing a living, breathing subject, where energy is actively circulating.
If you just open up the front, you completely miss those vital pathways of cosmic energy. Inside this incredibly dynamic living bodily system, two organs are the absolute stars of the show. Your heart acts as the hot sun of the heavens. It is the universe's fire and yang. In stark contrast, your kidneys act as the cold water and yin. It is literally the exact same cosmic principle we were just talking about playing out inside you.
But wait, do you remember our rule from earlier? Yang, or fire, naturally wants to shoot straight up, while yin, or water, always wants to sink. If you just leave this universe inside you unmanaged, the hot fire from your heart shoots up, boiling your head and causing immense stress and anger. Meanwhile, the cold water from your kidneys just sinks, completely freezing your lower body. The end result? Total physical and mental chaos.
And that brings us to the ultimate secret to fixing this, a concept called Su Seng Hua Geng. Literally translated, it means raising water and lowering fire. You have to intentionally pull that rising hot fire down to warm your belly and purposely push the sinking cold water up to cool your head. This is the absolute key to achieving perfect harmony between heaven and earth within your own body. So, how do we actually pull this off? It's surprisingly simple, but incredibly powerful. Deep abdominal breathing. With your breath, you visualize pushing the kidneys' cold water up the back channel of your body, right to your head. Then, you pull the heart's hot fire down the front channel into your belly. By doing this breathing technique, you stop being just a bystander. You become the active, conscious manager of your own internal universe. Those massive cosmic laws of heaven, earth, sun, moon, and spirit, they aren't light years away at all. They are perfectly replicated right now in the energy circulation between your own heart and kidneys. So I'll leave you with this. If true universal harmony and completion really do begin with just a single deep breath, how will you manage the universe inside you today?